The Zodiac's reign of terror officially began, at least in the eyes of law enforcement, with two distinct but tragically connected attacks. Our grim timeline starts on December 20th, 1968. It was a cold, clear night on a secluded lover's lane off Lake Herman Road in Benicia, California. David Faraday, 17, and Betty Lou Jensen, 16, were on their first date. They had parked their car, enjoying a quiet moment, when another vehicle pulled up and blocked them in. What happened next remains horrifyingly stark. Shots rang out. Both David and Betty Lou were found dead, shot multiple times. David was found slumped over in the front seat, while Betty Lou's body lay a short distance away, as if she had tried to flee. This brutal double murder, initially treated as a local crime, would later be revealed as the opening act of a much larger, more terrifying drama. 7 months later, the horror escalated. It was the 4th of July, 1969, a night usually filled with celebration and fireworks. Instead, Blue Rock Springs Park in Vallejo became the scene of another chilling attack. Darlene Ferrin, 22, and Michael Mageau, 19, were sitting in Darlene's car when a car pulled alongside them, then drove away, only to return minutes later. A man got out, walked to their passenger side window and without a word began firing. Darlene was killed instantly. Miraculously, Michael Mageau survived, albeit with severe injuries. His survival was crucial as he provided the first, albeit limited, physical description of the assailant. A stocky white male. This attack, with its eerie similarities to the Lake Herman Road murders, the secluded location, the parked car, the sudden, unprovoked violence, began to connect the dots for investigators. But it wasn't just the unspeakable violence that defined the Zodiac. It was his audacious, almost theatrical communication with the outside world. He craved attention, a terrifying form of notoriety. On August 1, 1969, 3 identical typewritten letters arrived at the offices of the Vallejo Times-Herald, the San Francisco Chronicle, and the San Francisco Examiner. These weren't anonymous tips, they were chilling manifestos. Each letter detailed the Lake Herman Road and Blue Rock Springs attacks with uncanny accuracy, providing details only the killer could know. And then came the chilling ultimatum: publish a cipher. A 408-symbol coded message on the front page, or more people would die. The newspapers, caught between journalistic ethics and public safety, ultimately complied. The fear was palpable. A week later, the terror was amplified when a man, identifying himself as the Zodiac, called the police chief of Vallejo, taking credit for both the Lake Herman Road and Blue Rock Springs murders. This was it, the official emergence of the Zodiac Killer persona. He wasn't just a killer, he was a brand, a chilling moniker he gave himself. In an astonishing turn of events just days later, the first of the Zodiac's ciphers was cracked. Not by seasoned government cryptographers but by Donald and Betty Hardin, a seemingly ordinary husband and wife from Salinas, California who were amateur code enthusiasts. Their breakthrough revealed a rambling, grammatically flawed but utterly terrifying message. It spoke of the killer's perverse joy in killing, his belief in collecting slaves for the afterlife, and his frustration with not being able to identify himself. While the message offered a disturbing glimpse into his twisted psyche, it, heartbreakingly, did not reveal his identity. The hunt was still on. The Zodiac's confidence, fueled by the attention, only grew. On September 27, 1969, he struck again, escalating his methods. Lake Berryessa, a popular scenic spot, became the setting for his most theatrical and perhaps most chilling attack. Brian Hartnell, 20, and Cecilia Shepard, 22, were enjoying a picnic by the lake when a man approached them. He wasn't just armed, he was disguised. He wore a bizarre executioner-style hood with eye holes and a white cross-circle symbol emblazoned on the chest, his now infamous calling card. With chilling composure he tied them up, then with a long knife stabbed them multiple times. Brian Hartnell, against all odds, survived the brutal assault, enduring multiple stab wounds. His testimony was vital, providing a harrowing account of the killer's demeanor and appearance. Tragically, Cecilia Shepard succumbed to her injuries 2 days later. Following the Lake Berryessa attack, the Zodiac, ever the showman, mailed another taunting letter to the San Francisco Chronicle. He not only claimed responsibility for the stabbings, but included a grotesque trophy, a blood-stained piece of Cecilia Shepard's blouse. As if that wasn't enough, he included a new, even more complex challenge: a 340-symbol cipher. This cipher, unlike the first, has defied all attempts at complete decryption for decades, becoming one of the most enduring cryptographic puzzles in history. The Zodiac's final confirmed murder occurred on October 11, 1969. This time he moved from secluded lovers' lanes and parks to the bustling city of San Francisco. Paul Stine, a 29-year-old taxi driver, picked up a fare in the theater district. His route ended in the upscale Presidio Heights neighborhood. What transpired next was quick and brutal. Stine was shot once in the head. This murder, however, proved to be a critical turning point, not just for the Zodiac but for the investigation. Shortly after the killing, the Zodiac sent yet another letter to the Chronicle, boasting about Stine's murder and once again providing tangible proof, a piece of Stine's blood-soaked shirt. But it was the initial police response that would haunt investigators for years. Two teenagers witnessed a man cleaning the taxi and walking away, providing a description to the police dispatcher. A white male, approximately 5'8" to 5'9", heavy build, wearing glasses. However, due to a crucial miscommunication between the dispatcher and the responding officers, the description was broadcast over the radio as a black male. This fatal error meant that when officers encountered a man matching the correct description just blocks away from the crime scene, they let him go, believing he wasn't their suspect. Many believe this was the closest law enforcement ever came to catching the Zodiac. For the next few years, the Zodiac continued his chilling campaign of terror, not with more confirmed murders, but with a relentless barrage of letters and ciphers sent to newspapers and law enforcement. These communications often contained bizarre ramblings, philosophical musings, and chilling threats, all signed with his distinctive cross-circle symbol. He claimed responsibility for many more murders, some as high as 37, though these claims were never verified by police, adding another layer of ambiguity to his legend. The Zodiac Killer case has remained stubbornly unsolved for over half a century, a cold case that continues to generate immense public interest and frustration. Over the years, countless individuals have been identified as potential suspects, from former military personnel with a history of violence to seemingly ordinary men with dark secrets. The list of those investigated is long and varied. Despite extensive forensic analysis, fingerprint searches, handwriting comparisons, and modern DNA testing on limited available evidence, definitive proof of the Zodiac's identity remains maddeningly elusive. The enduring mystery of the Zodiac Killer has permeated every facet of popular culture, transforming from a horrific crime spree into a modern urban legend. It has inspired critically acclaimed books, harrowing documentaries, and blockbuster films, each attempting to unravel the psychological puzzle of this elusive killer. The case file remains open, a constant, chilling reminder of a predator who vanished into thin air, leaving only a trail of questions. The sheer audacity of his crimes, his chilling intellect, and his ability to evade capture have solidified his place as one of history's most compelling and terrifying criminal minds. So, what do you think? Who was the Zodiac Killer? Do you believe one of the long-standing suspects holds the key, or does the true identity of this elusive murderer still lie hidden, waiting to be discovered? What do you make of the unsolved ciphers? Are they truly unsolvable, or is there a hidden message we've all missed? Let us know your theories, your insights, and your thoughts in the comments below.